3 separate houses. Make that 4 as solid FPS earners back in. Now we still have all teams on the map at 15 minutes in.
But waiting on this next play zone, there's a wide open space on the right-hand side. So Sun Sisters actually have a very good position if the play zone drops onto that end.
Off the side though, GDE, Game Dimension Esports, managed to find a knockdown onto OMG.
Liquid versus TSM, two powerhouses. TSM performing much better than we had expected since coming in with much more solid shot calling.
This is a rivalry as well as time, Team Liquid as well as TSM. But eventually, it's just going to be a stare down, no one really committing into that fight. GDE rotating off the left vector here, coming in with a flank though, might be big. Liquid and TSM still looking to duke this one out.
Yeah, Liquid could stand to benefit a lot of getting these early kills. And just trying to snowball an advantage off of this. You can see they've collected a bunch of Darcias over here, so they can easily rotate away. And you can see this is a very smart strategy coming in. They force the opponents into a passive turtle-like position.
Right.
Get a couple shots up. If they get a kill, that's nice. If they don't, at most they waste a little bit of time. But if they're looted out well enough, they don't lose that much.
EB managed to park all the vehicles in a single line to force a sort of cover towards their back so they won't get flanked, and I think they're really settling in for the long haul now as they want to pin TSM down, as you mentioned.
Also have to mention on the side, a couple of trades from C9 ending out the phase, but OMG and Rocket now looking at a position where they are having to stand off. Play zone closing in. Sun Sisters, the ones who have to try and push forward. They move over by apartments. So they have a nice big space to work around, trying to push in. Not many teams are in their path right now, but it's open space all the way in.
Refund with the car gets a knockdown onto HK9, I believe. It's Solmong that's on the ground. Meanwhile, Flash Wolves still with 3 members pushing up.
HK9 with a member dropped to try and get the revive. Yeah, so Refund coming in here.
This sucks for HK9. They're pincered between Flash Wolves as well as Refund, the Vietnamese team.
It's quite impressive what Refund have managed to do this time around. They managed to find themselves in a better position. Moving together as a unit, they obviously see a lot more success than trying to go individually. And now it's just up to HK9 to get the revive, and it looks like they have. And Sun Sisters with a bunch of vehicles push in from the eastern side. So I like the movement that they're going for. Instead of pushing directly into the plane zone for the shortest possible path, they opt to rotate around a little bit instead. And
they're rewarded with free entry into the safe zone because there's no one there to watch them. The AWM in this carrot package might be going Liquid's way. They are relatively near to this.
They could look to pick that up, but it is in the side of TSM. So you can, if you just look over it like the right side, TSM definitely can get shots off on the person that tries to pick that up, or when they try to move over to pick that up. So not overall worth it at this moment, unless you have a lot of utility to set that up. Otherwise, you might want to just force and engage on TSM before moving in.
It's a game of patience here from Refund as well as Flash Wolf. They know that they have to pincer down against HK9.
Oh yeah, it's a dogfight. Whoever backs out first, you're gonna get caught.
There's no reason for them to go on the offensive or back out just yet, because the safe zone is very well within both teams, so rather all 3 teams' favor. So not really gonna worry too much.
Yeah, just hiding in the depressions in the ground. Still working off this little space here. LGD have actually taken the spot that we saw TSM move towards, so in Watertown. Now HQ pushing forward as well. Flash Wolves in front of them. They're looking to grab this corner of the plane zone, not looking to push in any more than they have to.
They don't see them because the hill is obstructing the vision, but the flank, as long as they push up, might be a reality. Sun Sisters now taking shots at AHQ, knowing that they pushed in. Refund also see AHQ as well. Circle moving down south, a square on top of Liquid as Xiaohai will fall. So a bit of damage from his own team, I believe. Eventually, no, gonna get taken down by Rocket Armor. That's a kill onto OMG, going the way of Rocket.
I love the speed of Liquid have. Here we go.
Fast and Furious, Stranded. This is going down. HK9 driving side by side. It could be a pincer on a HK9 Flash Wolves on both angles. Holy moly, I've never seen a situation like this before, but it seems like HK9 will be able to get out of this. Talonlight, Sin is gonna fall, and the damage from Super Nair just enough.
Blocking a shot with the pan a second, but it's not going to be enough. He gets taken down and breaking the deadlock. The play zone calls for action. Moving forward all at the same time. Multiple players get taken out.
I was going to HK9, LGD all falling across the map, and HK9 would be likely the first team to fall just because they are getting taken down.
GDE over on the side as well. Now watching the action coming in as Arrow will find a couple of kills for himself. So a team who has been having a rough patch in the past couple of games now find themselves with a couple of quick kills.
Yeah, meanwhile FaZe will run into Liquid and they're going to trade some kills. LGD there as well, so Liquid will pick up Joker on the side. Airwolf here sitting in the building, having the defensive position, spraying bullets down, will pop that vehicle and take it out. GDE falling like flies all across. This is not what they want. The home team, Game Dimension and Esports, is not faring well. And this final game for today, GDE will get taken out, I believe. That should be the elimination of the home team, the first team to fall. There you go. Meanwhile, C9NA on the high ground. I say high ground, they're pretty far away, shooting upwards.
Yeah, looking to shoot at the high ground. Sun Sisters at the bottom, looking to get a couple shots onto 17 as well. They are now in the play zone. Refund there as well. Liquid, a team that moves so quickly into the next play zones. Pochinki, a huge urban battle now coming in. I was talking about how teams don't generally like to battle out in cities, but right now it doesn't look like there's going to be much of a choice.
17, one member on the floor will get taken out, and now there's only 2 left. Someone as well as one will have to evade the shots coming from C9. Immediately turns his attention to the members on the right. It's going to be HQ now, focused down by Nerf, doing a lot of work with the M4. Switching over to the Scar with the scope as well. It's a red dot, so going to be able to execute a couple more members now. Refund, knowing that they have the ticket out of this fight, will be exiting stage right.
But not all teams managed to get away safely. LGD down to the last player again. TJW, the guy that survived off the first game, is going to be the guy that survives off the 4th game. Yeah, now we see Fuzzface take down a member of C9NA.
Fuzzface getting the knockdown first is crucial for FaZe as they push into this church. They're looking to play the defensive high ground here. There's a C9 getting pincered inside this house. They're stuck and they can't really move out. However, they are on the offensive, looking to get the shots onto Refund. They see the vehicle, so they're just being cheeky here. Moody, one tapping away.
K-Mine drops down once. He will be able to.
They see him. Do they want to pull it?
I don't think they're going to be able to find it. So I think they're just going to wait off this position first and they'll look for it. Oh my goodness. Couple shots coming in. Moody takes a little bit of damage.
Waited too long. Moody gets spotted out and Fuzzface turns around with the bullets to the face. But the helmet's going to help a lot as Moody gets tagged up. Now he's going back for the re-peek.
K-Mine dropping down just now is going to mean that C9NA have to work around the fact that their teammate is more likely to bleed out in the later stages of the game. Well, look at the number of teams who are now holding down onto Pochinki.
This is a nightmare for anyone that isn't in a compound because there are so many good defensive positions and territories that they held. 17 is out of the competition. Credit going the way of C9 Korea, and there's 2 teams eliminated already. Might just be another one here as Refund gets targeted up.
Play Zone continues to promote play around Pochinki. We're watching the close come in right now.
Refund Gaming, what are you doing? You're going the wrong way. They're exiting the safe zone as well.
No, this is fine because right now what they're doing is they're looking for a different entrance. They're looking for this wide rotation around. Oftentimes we see teams try to go in and force a brute force entry into the play zone. Going around, could see themselves get in, and here we are, dodging right past Sun Sisters. They managed to find a little bit of space on this top right-hand side. TSM, on the other hand, a little bit late right now.
Right.
If they try to push in, they're going to end up meeting Liquid.
They're going to have to push in through 2 teams here, Liquid as well as Refund Gaming on the left as well. On the west side of the circle, FaZe looking to make the re-entry in. They have the vehicle. Fuzzface is piloting that, so they will have a speedy entry in. TSM now in the vehicles looking to go in from the northern vector as we talked about.
A little bit of space on the left-hand side of Pochinki, so they still have the real estate there to try and pick up, but it's difficult for them to try and move in without taking a lot of suppressive fire. But here we are at FaZe, starting things off, Fuzzface being the one to move in.
Might run into Rocket Armor here. TJW will get spotted out, crouching behind that, and eventually taken out by Solid FPS. TSM getting the kill credit.
LGD gets dropped down. That was kind of expected at that point, but TSM now have a major issue. Liquid is in their path as they try to move forward. HQ hovering around the right-hand side of the map.
Samty now trying to tag up members of Refund Gaming. DJ Chip piloting that car will jump behind the tree for some additional cover. knowing that the Jeep has no sort of defensive utility to speak of.
Nice dodge away coming in from TSM, moving over to this left-hand side, but FaZe were previously in that position, so they kind of understand that teams could probably move in from there. So they should be watching out for that position. Sun Sisters and HQ holding down the right-hand side. You can see this huge open space in the center of the play zone is just not inhabited at all. Nobody wants that place.
No one wants to stand in the center of these open spaces because there's no cover. And meanwhile, James and Rory getting taken down. TSM and Liquid getting dropped a member each. I say that, the execution coming in onto Rory. So it is TSM with a member down already. FaZe now going on the offensive, Refund Gaming as well. They're looking to close the gap onto Liquid.
Well, Semty actually looking to go and revive his teammate. That's quite, that's really a heroic play right now.
A ballsy play and a grenade forward as well. Will it land onto them? Because with the res comes the blue behind them. Liquid might be losing 2 members instead of 1. Manages to get the res, turning the corner, moving up and avoiding the blue.
That was a very close position there. Almost lose their lives, but here we go. A couple of shots coming in from Pino. Refund looking for the shots on the Liquid.
Run, James, run. Eventually gets the cover, but meanwhile, Pino.
Instant headshot. That's going to be the knockdown coming in. Pino gets taken down.
K-Mine is like, I got you, bro. Don't worry, I'll get him for you. And they find a knockdown, giving Team Liquid a bit more space to breathe.
I like how you're like, I got you, but that was a different team. C9NA just helped one of the biggest competitors, Team Liquid, get into a safe position.
That is a great point. Maybe not the best choice there. And meanwhile, Refund Gaming still hopping around. Remember, he opted for this position to fight around. Scoom now hiding behind, trying to get the shots onto DJ Chip. DJ Chip still trying to tag up members of Liquid. They're jumping around. They throw the utility out just to scare him. It could be just the smoke to obscure the vision.
I don't really know what Liquid want to do at this point. They are in such a difficult position. In front of them is Refund. Behind them it's Cloud9 NA. So they don't really have much of a choice. They have to decide if they want to go in for the lesser of 2 evils.
Now they have the vehicle. They're opting to swing around off the side with the wide rotation. So that seems to be the answer for Liquid right now.
But TSM is waiting the wait, so it's laying the weights, and they all be just over on the side. So if they swing left, it's TSM. If they stop and shot off TSM, then it's Cloud9. If it's shot, go to the right, it's Refund.
Take a look at Liquid. James is leading the charge. He's the entry fragger now, but they're going to run into C9 TSM, and this could be a massive fight breaking out. Just in front of that is Arrowwolf as well, and Liquid again getting absolutely fired upon. HQ now taking a lot of focus. Milk is the first to fall for the Taiwanese squad now. Cage 3 and SR as well getting knocked down. Liquid also getting focused down. So 2 teams now getting aimed by members inside of Pochinki. Pochinki is the death pit now for anyone entering.
Refund being shoved in, and no, look at all these teams are still holding out. 38 alive, and we're already in the play zone 6.
Samty pays for his team's entry, and meanwhile HQ dropped 2 members with the earlier one. It makes it 3, and only 1 member HQ left alive. Refund Gaming gets caught out by C9 Korea as well as Rocket, and the Vietnamese are finding no joy whatsoever in this 4th game.
Refund managed to find 2 members pushing into the play zone. Mixie might be able to find a house for himself. The rest of the teams are just trying to push in. HQ winner, the last one on his side. C9KR might spot him out and take him out if they have the chance.
Look at the circle. It forces Refund to push in, and TSM now dropped another member. Sun Sisters as well, losing 1. Arrowwolf. So there are multiple executions just all across the map, and this game is shaping up to be very, very spicy as we enter the 28th minute.
This is very different from what we've seen the past 3 games. The past 3 games have been so much more centered around just being able to find a better position, but right now, off of the urban setting, it's whoever knows how to play Pochinki the best.
Right.
And Pochinki, you know, it's my city. It's everybody's city.
It's everybody's city.
So we'll see if anybody can play it the best. And James, the last man standing on Liquid. It's a difficult, cruel world out there, but he has to try and hold it in this position.
He has Scoom with him separately.
Scoom is split.
They split up, so this is a good divide and conquer sort of strategy coming in. A lot of shots being thrown around inside Pochinki. The Persian might be getting to some of the players here. 4th and final game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Mentally taxing. What's the call coming in? Circle, very small square on top of Arrowwolf as well as Liquid. This forces the rotation, and Rocket still has 4 members. They're going to lead the charge. FaZe on the left as well with the delayed entry in, I think.
Cloud9 KR look like they want to make a move as well. Refund holding on for that position first. Winner looking to crawl in if he can. TSM pushing forward now. OMG, C9NA come in. They get a knockdown into OMG.
It's a menage a trois. TSM now fall to OMG, and C9NA still alive off the back, looking to swoop in and finish this one up. K-Mine and company pushing in. Moody leading the charge for his teammates. the fragger that we know and love. Blonde hair standing, rushing in. HQ now playing the silent game winner as the last member alive. Will probably be looking to sneak in.
Fuzzface and the rest of the FaZe team wrapping around from the back end, looking to go in behind Rocket, use them as bait before trying to push forward.
C9 opt to split up, so it's 3 on one side and a single individual on the other. Skooma is going to fall to Moody as he gets the execution there. So only one member of Liquid left alive, and it's going to be James, who is square in the center of the safe zone. Nerf now taking a lot of fire. Has to opt away from that window, turning around the angle, looking for something else. Rocket Armor now finding Lion KK. OMG suffering 2 casualties in a couple of minutes.
What an absolute mess at this point. So many teams now looking to play around this incredibly small space. So continues to call in. Nerf gets knocked down. James finds the credit for that one, getting revenge for his teammate. But now they have a little bit more information on where the last player of Liquid stands.
They know where James is, so the question is whether they want to push in onto this. There are 3 compounds around, or rather 3 houses in this compound just being held up by multiple teams. It's so difficult to even decide to move in. Arrowwolf with 3 on the left side and C9 on the bottom with 4. FaZe now might be running into Rocket Armor on the side. They are just next to each other as the circle closes in once more. 12 teams at 31 minutes. This is shaping up to be quite the game, Grandin.
So far the spread still looks pretty massive.
OMG getting figured out here, and TSM will lose a member, so they are at a disadvantage now. OMG now hovering off the back, using the cover, window to window. Rocket Armor will find FaZe as long as he peeks out using third-person view. We'll see him running out, holding the trigger, not really wanting to go for that fight just yet. Rocket Armor, Hexa calling the information out to his team. Meanwhile, OMG turning the corner will find C9. The fight going down. They're using the smokes to great effect, using the cover as well, but he will get spotted out, and Nerf will take him down. Lion KK getting executed. Now turning the corner is Silent BT. Can he clutch this out? He finds the first, but no to turn around from Nerf. C9 NA eliminating OMG now, finishing 11th place, the Chinese team.
K-Mine now going to get revived off of this position. James pushing forward. He might be looking to try and set things up for himself, looking to move in from cover to cover the smoke, setting things up for his team, for himself. Who is the whole team at this point?
That's a great wall of smoke by James there to dodge from cover to cover, as you mentioned. Now relocating himself into a safer spot. He's still hiding around the smoke, but he's going to get spotted out by Rocket Armor. A second smoke is going to do it for him now as he makes a mad dash to safety. James barely getting back into the house as the circle closes in once more. Eventually, he's gonna get whizzed somehow. James has been clutching.
A miraculous move right there.
James has been clutching this out, and can he do even more? Because Team Liquid needs the points. Now C9 Korea will get the knockdown to Refund. Turning the corner is gonna be HK9 getting the kills and the finishing damage down onto Refund Gaming.
Yeah, Refund now getting taken out over on the side. Arrowwolf right beside C9 NA. C9 NA taking a couple of shots from themselves. Oh, Nerf goes down alongside Moody, and oh my goodness, that's gonna be the wipe.
Holy moly, that's the whole C9 squad eliminated. The first place team getting dethroned, finishing 9th, and HK9 in 8th position. So this opens up the game for FaZe. It opens up the game for Team Liquid to snatch away pole position, at least close the gap, if not.
Last player winner gets taken out as well, and that's going to be HK9, I believe, coming in with taking out HQ, pushing forward now. Sun Sisters moving around. They have the 3rd-person advantage. NC Slasher gets a couple shots off, and Rocket actually the ones to find the confirmation kill on the Crazy Sam, and Sun Sisters going to get taken down.
Through the window from the building opposite, they get the kill, and now FaZe still with 4 members strong. They're sitting on the circumference on the outer edge of the safe zone. They don't have to be too aggressive. All they have to do is just cover all the angles necessary. You can see 2 on the high ground, 2 on the low ground.
It's a difficult position for the individual players. James by himself, C9KR in a good position, Arrowwolf in a good position, FaZe and Rocket in a good position. Any team who does not have the favor of the play zone is going to get caught out.
Rocket Armor once again find themselves in top 5. Molly into the house is going to force away a couple of members. Rocket Armor have to be very careful here. James still held out in the center of it all. Throws the smoke, might give away his position though, peeks out of the window to try and find some sort of catch. Firepower coming in from FaZe, they're pushing up aggressively, deciding not to take the high ground, instead pushing up, and Rocket moving in onto FaZe. Meanwhile, Arrow Wolf will be pushing up as well. Gemty getting taken down by Rocket Armor. They're pushing up the Koreans as well as the Indonesians, doing a lot of work here. Mihao will find the execution onto Gemty, and FaZe now only have 3 members left.
Souvenir now has to try and find some pushing forward, but in the smoke, they're gonna walk right past each other.
They don't see him. Meanwhile, Aerowolf just pushing forward. They don't get him. They don't get the execution. NC Slasher on the ground now will take down to the environmental damage. They're sacrificing him. They're saying, leave me. The grenade doing so much work over there. Rocket are all on the ground, and Aerowolf are next to them. This smoke is causing so much chaos. Aerowolf getting eliminated, 5th to go now. We're down to top 10. As FaZe are running into the center circle with 4 teams inside such a small area. This is going to be a massacre, granted.
Wait, James is still alive, and there we go. C9 Korea going to get taken down. 1 more player. We see FaZe coming in. There's one last man standing.
Hexetti sees him. Hexetti's going to get the shots off, but meanwhile, Maxi's going to get eliminated. Hexetti finds C9's Korea's deception.
James still over in the house right now. Cash gets taken down. James gets the kill. He might be able to do this. He takes a lot of damage in the span of the time.
At the end of it, it's gonna be Rocket Armor that finished first. What a messy finishing.
That was down to the wire. Photo finish. Multiple teams dying at the exact same moment, and Rocket Armor somehow come out ahead. I don't know what to attribute that game to. Skill, luck, chaos?
That is single-handedly the most chaotic finishing to a PUBG game I've ever seen. Everyone fighting a pachinki in the compounds. It went from so structured to just this bloodbath towards the end when the circle literally closed down towards Rocket's feet. So many things could have gone differently for them to finish second or third, but instead it's going to be the Koreans that find themselves in first place in this game 4.
Rocket Armor, the team that managed to pull in a 2nd place finish off the first game. Somewhat of a decent showing the 2nd and 3rd, not as well as we had expected. But coming in 4th game, coming in for win. Fortunately, we didn't get the standings from the 3rd game.
I believe it was C9 Korea 3rd and FaZe 2nd, if I'm not wrong. I could be mistaken, but hopefully we get the numbers crunched out.
So we don't have the so we unfortunately don't have the numbers just yet, so we can't exactly make a call where Rocket Armor are.
Right.
But still, nonetheless, impressive game coming out.
TSM there in the booth, you could see APR having some words with the players. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, James clutching it out by himself all the way to top 5.
That just really was exciting into a final game. We actually had a bunch of players left all the way up to the 7th, 8th play zone. Surprisingly, these guys didn't want to die. We had individual teams like HQ survive quite long, just off the 1 player hovering on the outskirts, but ultimately still getting caught out towards the very end. It's unfortunate, but there just really is no escape from that.
A climactic end to our first day of PUBG here. 4 games, all extremely explosive, with the final one being the most explosive game today. As we sort of wait for the scores to be tallied out, I wonder how the players feel with their performance today, because C9 might be probably the most pleased with themselves considering they finished first twice. So we're being told that the score is being tabulated right now. Kind of had to wait a while for that to come in.
So we actually do have a standing. Yeah. So this is real. This isn't a dream.
Yeah.
So waiting on that on the point to see who manages to move into these next phases of the games. Well, moving into tomorrow and seeing how teams are going to be doing off that tomorrow. Let's put it this way. The point points today are going to translate to how teams are going to play out tomorrow.
I
you
agree,
have
yeah.
one Miramar map. That map is sort of an outlier. Teams could look to try and pull off a bunch of points off of that one. Some teams who are looking to feel more comfortable on the map want those points. But for the most part, I would say that it's generally a little bit of a it's going to be the next 3 games for on Erangel in the first-person perspective. That's going to be the bulk of the points for teams to pull out from. Surprisingly, Rocket Armor, the team that came in first this round, was a team that we didn't expect to perform as well. They had a peak performance a while back in a not-so-serious competition, but then after that they were feeling a little bit shaky, lost a couple of games, and then from there they were placing middle of the pack in their competitions. This time around, coming in, placing first and second in the first game as well. Quite a couple points for themselves.
Definitely right in the sense that tomorrow's gameplay dictated off the points today. There are some teams that more or less have to sacrifice the idea of finishing first. Teams like Sun Sisters, I believe, completely mathematically impossible for them to get back to number 1. So if you think about it, how are they going to play this out tomorrow, granted?
When you're at the point where you can't really pull back for a first place finish, then you might want to look towards either A, hot dropping, and this is the only time that I could possibly advocate it because you have nothing to lose at this point, or B, you try and play out and you figure out where the opponents are going, so you work out a strategy designed around avoiding people and then coming in with a lot of a strong finish and getting a lot of points off that. Overall, it feels like it's a set of issues that are consistent with the playstyle of some of these teams that result in them dying early on in the game, whether it being over aggression, the choice to commit into a fight. The choices that they end up making, the playstyle that they have in the early game have cost them their deaths multiple times. So you have a couple highlights.
Yo,
this is the moment you're talking about.
Yeah, this is that Need for Speed moment where they're just like guns out of the window shooting. Eventually, Sing here gets taken down, popped by the trailing vehicles, and they look really cool in first-person perspective. Not so much in third-person, I mean.
Hopefully, we get to see that tomorrow then, in the first-person perspective.
I feel like there's this degree of strategic difference when it comes to FPP and TPP, right? Because TPP, you get a bit more field of vision.
Okay.
And that allows you to make more informed choices, whereas FPP, you're pretty much limited to whatever you're looking at that point. You don't have this, like, I want to say 180, but like 160-degree scope of vision.
Okay.
So in FPP, maybe people play more conservatively. We won't see like drive-bys.
I mean, yeah, with like third person, you can just like spin like 360 anyway,
yeah.
right? So having that additional viewpoint, you can see how large of an impact it had in this final Pachinki play zone. A lot of these teams just covering around the corner and waiting out those final moments before coming out with the break, being able to pull off the incredible set of kills.
At the end of that, FaZe had 3 members in the center of it all, and it was really tough to decipher who was where, considering they threw like, what, 4 or 5 smokes in the center of it all. Okay, so it's Liquid second, FaZe third, and Rocket Armor first.
Oh, really? So Liquid, so James by himself managed to pull off a clutch second place.
I could be wrong, but
it looked like it.
Could have been FaZe third, FaZe second rather. Extremely messy last fight.
Yeah, everybody just died around the same time. Very much of a photo finish. So we're looking forward to see these scoreboards once they have that tabulated.
Rocket Armor, team from Korea, like you mentioned, having a lackluster regular season.
Oof,
yeah,
raspy.
My voice is starting to break a bit, if you haven't noticed.
It's going to be Rocket Armor heading into day number 2 alongside the likes of Cloud9. A very strong position. TL as well, pulling themselves back into the game. Bunch more points now. They should be looking to use that to their advantage as they decide the strategies they want to employ. I think they were a little bit more, I think they are more fluid coming into this. So Team Liquid, apart from the first initial drop that they make, are very fluid with the choices that they go for and are very confident in the playstyles that they have. You can see them, even with the standoff against the likes of HK9, against with TSM. They were still in a position where it was a very feasible engage for them, and they weren't losing out very much in that process. You could see the setup that they had, and something that I wanted to comment on in the game itself was that Team Liquid was so quick to move and rotate off the zone closing in. So they instantly recognized where the zone was going to be, decided a place to end up going to, and moved so quickly. And you can see because they did that, they avoided the huge bloodbath that plagued Flash Wolves and HK9 after, because we already saw Team Liquid push in, and they just dodged away that huge firefight off virtue of being early.
Yeah, credits to James as well, just being a great entry fragment, lasting all the way until the top 5. Like we mentioned, I mean, Team Liquid, one of those established teams coming into this tournament that we had high hopes for. Not really living up to it. I mean, first place has always eluded them for a bit, so if they do get first here, it would be a nice respite for them. Still waiting for the scores to be tabulated as we kind of meander around. No, I just have a casual observation to make. Our Cantonese counterparts can really fill the air.
Yeah, they have been going on the entire time. I don't know what they're saying.
Don't look at me, man. My Cantonese is terrible.
I don't know what they're saying, but they have been filling in all this space so far. I need to take notes.
Yeah.
Go up to them like, hey guys, what do you even say at this point? We've come to the end of 4 games for today. Played out all 4 on Erangel on the third-person perspective.
Which is interesting, because normally in these sort of situations, you would see tournament organizers switch between Erangel as well as Miramar.
Yeah, so the fact that they only selected one map is quite an interesting choice. And even tomorrow, still only playing one Miramar map. That removes a lot of option from teams that perform very well on that map. So interesting decision to go with that. That being said, this PUBG match we are in for the Hong Kong PUBG World Invitational.
Yes.
A lot of strong teams are being brought to the table now. They are given information about this, so they should have prepared adequately for this. And I suppose that does allow for slightly higher level of gameplay, considering you only have to focus on strategy for one map. You have the one Miramar map that shows that pops up, but that one is more of an outlier, so I wouldn't say that it's worth investing that much time in. It's more important to consider the 7 other games that you have to put onto Erangel.
Right, because the majority of the points are going to be earned on Erangel as well. So the Miramar map is probably like a small break for.
Yeah, it's for whichever team that just plays that map well naturally.
I think OMG is pretty good on Miramar actually, especially on FPP. So looking towards them to put up big numbers tomorrow on Miramar FPP, and hopefully chase up in the standings, because coming in as the PGI first place FPP team, they've had quite a lackluster performance in the Hong Kong PUBG International pool.
C9 players already getting pictures with fans.
Yep.
And after a pretty good run today, definitely get to sleep easy tonight. And oh my goodness, we finally get the scoreboard.
All right.
But wait, where's first to 8? Okay, we're going upwards. So at the bottom, Refund Gaming, Flash Wolves, Sun Sisters, LGD, 17 Gaming, HQ Esports, OMG, then GDE, and then Game Dimension Esports. So OMG plays a lot lower than we expected.
For top 5, but instead this game, top 5 is going to belong to the NA and EU teams, plus the Korean and home team Hong Kong 9. Rocket Armor representing Korea and Hong Kong 9 qualifying through the local qualifiers, actually doing pretty well in 5th place here.
Yeah, coming in in 4th place. Oh, Hong Kong 9? Yeah, Hong Kong 9 coming in 5th place. Rocket coming in at 4th. FaZe in 3rd. Team Liquid at 2nd. Cloud9 1st. And then we also have, cannot forget to mention TSM, Arrowwolf, and Cloud9 and KR.
The point gap between 5th and 6th is actually so big now that it's only really up to the top 3 teams to kind of fight this out, right?
Yeah, so that being said, I think we are passing time over to our MCs who will be taking over. Check out what happens next.
Thank you, guys. 喺呢度咧，當然啦，要恭喜咧 Cloud9 嚟自北美嘅 Cloud9 可以攞到咧今日嘅最高分數啊，暫時領先你其他15隊嘅隊伍啊。咁啊呢個時候咧，我哋工作人員咧預備定咧帶佢哋出嚟咧，同大家咧有個 sharing 啊，傾下偈啦。咁啊，大家覺得今日嘅賽事精唔精彩啊？俾啲掌聲好唔好啊？佢哋16隊都好努力啊！每一 round 咧見到咧真係廝殺啊嚇，好唔簡單啊！通常咧當然啦，每一個 round 嘅開頭咧都比較謹慎少少啦，但係咧尤其是最尾嗰 round 大家都見到啦，哇個圈喺中間嘅位置越縮越細嘅時候咧，哇喺中間差唔多有15、6隊咧，一路慢慢喺度咧廝殺到咧最尾剩翻啦。4至6隊嘅時候真係好精彩啊！啲煙霧彈掉到咧都完全睇唔到係咩環境。咁啊，亦都喺最後 round 啦，見到我哋亞洲嘅隊伍終於咧食到第一隻雞啦嚇！咁啊，唔好輸蝕俾我哋歐美嘅其他隊伍。咁但係今日 Cloud9 咧北美嘅隊伍咧贏咗喺4 round 裏面贏咗2 round 啦，見到佢哋嘅成績都非常精彩嘅。咁我哋不如請佢哋出嚟啦，同我哋傾下偈啦。咁啊，想問下佢哋咧有啲咩致勝之道啊嚇？我相信啊 ，teamwork 一定係一個好重要嘅因素啦，但係應該唔止咁簡單嘅，因為每一隊都有默契，亦都大家好熟悉隊員嘅打法啦。咁啊，究竟 Cloud9 佢哋點解咧可以咁成功咧？今日可以咧擊敗咗我哋另外15隊嘅隊伍啦，暫時領先攞到最高嘅分數㗎。咁啊，當然啦，第二樣嘢我都好想問佢哋嘅咧就係。係啦，我就想知道咧，邊一隊佢哋覺得係一個最強勁嘅對手咧？不如我哋俾啲熱烈掌聲歡迎 Cloud9 出場好唔好啊 ？Please give a big round of applause to welcome Cloud9, the winning team today. Hello everyone, welcome. Congratulations. Your team got the highest point today, and actually I think the result is really good because you won 2 rounds out of 4 rounds. So I would like to ask, what is your secret to succeed?
I think our main secret is just understanding the way circles work and playing really well with the circles that we're given. So and just killing people.
Just killing people. Very simple, it seems.
Very simple.
Really? Okay, just kill. Okay. And then the second question I would like to ask is, which team is your strongest opponent, you think?
I'd say right now it's FaZe, because they've shown in the past that it can really come back strong. I don't know what position they are right now, but I know that they have the potential to come back, so I would say FaZe.
OK，咁佢哋覺得咧歐洲隊伍 FaZe Clan 咧就會係佢哋暫時覺得係最強勁嘅對手啊！覺得佢哋排名應該都唔錯嘅。Right, FaZe。FaZe OK。好，咁啊，同埋佢哋竟然嘅致勝之道話俾我聽好簡單嚇，淨係殺人就得㗎嘛。咁啊，當然呢個係贏取呢一個嘅遊戲嘅最基本條件啦。OK，Thank you very much. Again, scream and big hands. Giving to our winning team today. Thank you very much. Please go back.
有啲難救啦 ，Mix 啊，咁啊一炸啦，將啊呢一個印尼戰隊咧嗰一個佢哋都逼到㗎啦，咁但係前面咧要面對住 FaZe Clan 嘅一個防守，十分呢度咧係仲諗緊點樣啦？小玉跳咗落嚟㗎啦，一個轉彎一入去嘅時候咧，呢度落到2字，有機會直接係將成隊嘅17瞬間秒殺淘汰。係啦，今晚呢一邊另一邊嘅熱轉唔到，冇轉彎啦，一射落去，跑一炮呢度，但係最後咧都係成功咧收到轉彎啦，轉彎嘅時候咧原來係追㗎啦，隔離嘅定section啊，埋邊大 race 咁樣想卡時間大窩星，呢一邊啊 Win 冇辦法收到卡啦，人頭卡喺呢邊啊，正式進行收割啦，咁啊收到2名成員啦，後面啊 Eureka 仲有定 section 呢賣好啊，淨係未能命中，喂但係呢邊係有算中唔中反射落嚟，哇！爆炸呢鋪真係 hot wheel 啊！同佢架車個 spin 勾咗對方新斯達2名成員，但入開始卡地，竟然係一啲逼彈一個短兵相接嘅武器，咁啊
Bye.